My life has changed dramatically because I started investing when I basically had $0. But the cool thing is about investing is you can start whenever. You don't have to have a ton of money in order to start investing. You can buy shares that are practically $0, penny stocks. You can buy shares that are $5. You can even buy fractional shares now where you're actually just buying a piece of a share. When it comes to investing, there's so many different ways to get involved, but the best way to get involved is to just start because it will and it can change your life forever. The younger you are when it comes to investing means you have more time in the market, and time is the most crucial part to the investing formula because you can always have more money to invest, but there's only a certain amount of time that you have. You only have one life. Every day that passes you by is a day less that you are actually here and a day that you can't invest. And so the longer you're in the market means a bigger return. The snowball for compounding interest starts rolling down the hill super fast. But you have to actually start. And that's where people get hung up. They say, what type of investment should I invest in? Where should I invest? How do I invest? Just start and you're going to start figuring it out. Maybe you're watching this YouTube channel and that's a start for you. But actually go and click the button. Go and link a brokerage account to your investments, to your bank. Go and set up Webull, Robinhood, whatever it is. Go and set those up so that you actually can be invested in the market. You actually have skin in the game. Your money is actually working and you're deploying that dollar every single day that you have an opportunity when the markets are open. That's how you create generational wealth. That's how you actually make money. And that's how the world will actually change around you. Your mentality will shift completely if you just start investing. I learned this saying that it is expensive to wait to invest. It's expensive to wait to invest. What does that even mean? Well, I'm going to go over this example really fast. So say you want to reach $1 million by the time you're 65. Well, what is the cost of waiting? So if you wanted to reach $1 million by the time you're 65, if you were 20 years old, all you would have to do is invest $116 a month in order to actually reach that millionaire status by the time you're 65. $116 a month, that is nothing. That's about $25, $30 a week. That's all you have to wait. That's all you have to invest. Is $25 to $30 a week, and you'll be a millionaire by the time you are 65 if you start at age 20. Now, let's say you started at age 30. Now you have to invest $308 a month. That's insane, almost $200 more because you waited 10 years to start investing. But you still want to reach that millionaire status, so that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to invest a lot more money. And now age 40, $848 a month is what you will have to invest to reach a millionaire by the time you're 65 because you only have 25 years left, not 45. You only have 25 years. But that 20 years ends up costing you an extra $700 and nearly $50 extra per month that you would have to invest to reach millionaire status. And then the last one is if you were 50 and you wanted to reach a millionaire status, which is when a lot of people actually have a realization like, hey, I don't have a lot of money and I want to retire in like 15 years. You would have to invest $2,623 a month just to be able to reach millionaire status or just retire a millionaire so that you can be comfortable. If you want to hit $1 million by the time you're 65 and you're 50 years old already, you would have to invest $2,623. That is insane. And that's why if you start when you're young, when you're 20, even 25, that you might have to invest $200 a month, but you can reach a millionaire status with not a lot of cash. That's why it's important to invest. That's why it's important to start small, but start now. So when I learned that, it changed my life because now I know why it was so important to actually start young. It created a mindset, a mind shift, a number in my head that I knew I had to invest every single month in order to be a millionaire when I do retire. To create generational wealth, to have all this finances for my kids and their future kids. I understand that every dollar that I'm spending could also be going towards investing, and that every single one of those dollars is actually $80 in future value if I retire. And I actually invest it and I get that 10% return on the market. So it makes me stop and it makes me think every single time that I make a purchase, is this actually worth the future value of this dollar? And I know a lot of people say you have to live life. I agree with that. You do have to live life sometimes. You have to have fun sometimes, but you can't be such an impulse buying type of person that you spend all your money right now. There's a reason that you create a budget, a 50-30-20 budget. And if you don't know what that is, there'll be a video right here explaining it, where you spend 50% on your needs for the month, you spend 30% on your wants, and then you invest 20%. Because if you start young, most likely 20% is going to be a lot more than $100 a month. $116 a month in order to actually reach a millionaire status. But if you wait and all of a sudden now you're 40, $800 plus to invest every single month in order to reach that millionaire status, that's a lot harder. That's a lot trickier to actually navigate, and you're going to have to cut a lot of things in order to reach that. Instead, if you just start young, you only have to invest $115 a month. That's a couple meals eating out for some people. That's a one shopping spree a month, cutting out type of thing. So that's why it's a mentality shift, because it makes it to where I don't impulse buy. If I really want something, I'll say, let me think about it. Let me, let it marinate in my brain a little bit if I actually want that so bad that I can't get it off my mind. And about 95% of the time, I'll say, I want that. And then I just kind of forget about it. It's almost like I got the high of buying it, because people get a high when they buy something. They actually, they feel really good inside. They feel proud. Like, I bought that. And that usually wears off. And then you're stuck with a purchase where it would be better just to have that money in your savings account, or better off just investing that money. Another way that it's changed my life is I'm more comfortable and less stressed because I spend less. I spend less, which ultimately means I have more money in the bank account and I can invest more money, knowing that I have an emergency fund that's sitting behind me makes me feel less stressed. I'm not sitting there stressed about bills coming over my shoulder that I have to pay, or going into debt for purchases. I can pay cash, and that makes me feel better. That makes me feel really good, because I don't have, the bank coming after me, or the credit card companies coming after me saying, hey, you got to make your monthly bill. You got to make your minimum payment. Hey, make sure, on this date, you got to pay this. That sucks. That's not a fun feeling. And so if you can invest more, your mentality shifts where you don't start impulse buying, and naturally you'll actually have more in your savings too, because now you're buying less, you're spending less, because you know the future value. That is how it changed my life. I can pay cash. I'm less stressed, what does less stress do? It actually affects your health on your body. So now my body's healthier. My stress affects relationships. So now my relationship with my wife is better, because now we're both on the same page. The number one reason for divorce in this country is finances. And so if you can't figure out finances, if you're always having to look over your shoulder at those bills, you don't have any investments, you don't have any savings, you're taking out loans, that's a lot of stress on a relationship. And that's what creates that tension. And that's why ultimately it's the number one leading cause of divorce in the world. And so this is what I mean when I'm saying $1,000 investing changed my life, is because not that $1,000, even if I get a 10% return, is going to really change my life. Yeah, it's still going to turn out to be a lot of money one day. If I start really young, that $1,000 will turn into a lot of money. But I'm saying more of a health, a relationship, a mindset, a mind shift, and everything that I do has all changed because I actually started investing. That's what I mean when I say $1,000 will change your life in investing. And so if there's ever a reason for you to actually start investing, take it from me. Take it from this experience that I've actually had. I mentioned it before. It's expensive. It's expensive to wait to invest. So just start. Start sooner rather than later. If you don't think you're ready, that's okay. You're going to learn. Sometimes you lose $50 from investing. It's okay. Just start investing. Start now. There's so many different apps that you can get. There's Webull, Robinhood. You can go open brokerage accounts for Vanguard and all these different places that you can just connect a bank account and start investing. That's how you create that generational wealth, and that's how investing can change your life, because you'll start thinking of everything as, hey, that's an Amazon stock, or hey, that's a Tesla stock, or that's Alphabet, that's Google stock, And so if you don't know where to start, click on this video right here. It's going to go over ETFs, mutual funds, and index funds, just so that you can understand what those three types of investments are when you do open up a brokerage account, what those three are, and so that you're not getting hit with all these big fees and all that kind of stuff. But comment down below, have you started? And if not, why? Why have you not started? Maybe it's because you don't know where to start. Maybe it's because you don't know how to open an account. If that's the case, comment down below, because I might just be making a video here pretty soon about how to actually open an account with a screen right there, so that you can follow exactly what I'm doing, so that you can actually open an account. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button, guys. But remember, until next time, you can do all things through him that give you strength. Peace.